Down here, fella. Down here, fella.
I'm pissed off!
This is Lincoln Police Station.
We've got a science teacher picking up and dropping off drugs.
Home to 180 officers.
All right, I'll see you on the battlefield.
Stop fighting!
They look after a city of nearly 200,000 people.
We need backup! Backup!
And it starts behind these station doors.
So he tries to hit her there, so he punches in the back, and then...
From the custody cells...
Come on down.
Listen. Hey, this is going to go one or two. No.
Looks like he's pooed himself and is throwing it at the camera.
To the overstretched response officers.
Craig, can I have a van?
I'm afraid at the moment I'm going to struggle to get anyone else to you.
Right, further arrested for assault, please.
Assistant shout there's cops under attack on the bridge.
Go! Move! Now! Go!
From the detectives...
have so much anger that you could risk killing somebody.
You've been charged with murder now. You'll stay at the police station till tomorrow morning.
To the force control room.
Got to admire his determination, if not his balance.
The police here have less money than any other force in the country.
Right, Simon! I think we're fairly strapped at the minute.
Bloody hell.
This is life inside Lincoln Nick.
Custody is now full.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Please do not come again.
Assistant shout there's cops under attack on the bridge.
Move! Away!
Coming up.
Custody is now full.
Not give me up for what? You nasty!
You need to sober up first, and it's the sergeant's decision. So have a little sit down. I've got checks to do, so let me do the checks, and I'll get the sergeant to come have a chat with you.
All the ones who've had their shifts cancelled are already out there. I'll go get me stuff.
PC Simon Berger is starting a 9-hour night shift. It's the first Saturday since lockdown ended.
You know, I've got a yellow paint.
Where's your other tack vest?
I don't have one. My other tack vest literally fell to pieces.
Is that a tabard? You could put that on.
He's part of Group E, who have been called in on their day off.
You can't go out like that.
Just a couple of things. It's not lost on me that you're all in on your rest days. I feel bad about that, but we need it. We're up unlocked. We're already running at incidents worse than New Year's Eve.
10 officers have been brought in for tonight's unprecedented shift.
So, you know, this is the first Saturday in which nightclubs have been opened in 18 months. So there's kids, including my own, who've never been to a nightclub, so we're expecting a significant number of people, including quite young people who could potentially be vulnerable, who are drinking a hell of a lot of alcohol tonight. Maybe not been to a nightclub before.
Go ahead.
Are you free for an urgent?
Yeah, just show me how to down anyway.
Ah, brilliant, thank you.
PC Chloe Barnett is responding to the first urgent call of her shift.
So thanks very much, once again, for coming in on your cancelled rest days.
Yeah, say Lima's en route.
The guy's kicking off, so he's been sprayed. So they want a van anyway.
Tonight, Chloe is on van duty, transporting those who've been arrested to custody.
Is male under arrest? Want me to let custody know?
Yeah, he's been arrested for burglary.
In the force control room, Matt Hackett and Matt Brown are on dispatch.
Custody, Steve Parker.
Hi there, it's control room, you all right? Good, good. We've got one male who's going to be inbound shortly. He has been parved because he's quite aggressive. He's been arrested for burglary on incident 486.
Okay, no worries. Thank you, stand by. Cheers, bye-bye.
28 Lima 86. Are you alright?
I'll come here. There we go again, isn't it?
Who's jumping in the back?
I'll jump in the back.
There's two other factors like that might create us being busy tonight, because we've got loads more cops on, so that means there's more cops to find more stuff and make more arrests.
In custody, Sergeant Steve Parker has 4 cells out of order, leaving him just 18 for the big unlock weekend.
There's a van coming.
Come on. Jump. Come on.
Outside custody, Chloe arrives with her first arrest of the night, a suspected burglar.
I told you, get out the van
I'm telling you.
or you're being pulled out the van.
One more chance. Are you getting out of the van? One more chance.
Coming out of the van.
Come and help us drag him out, will you?
Take a peek, fella.
It's been gas, that's why he's so pissed off.
So you've been arrested on suspicion of burglary, and the account given is that on the attendance of the police you've been found within the property, having forced your way through the back door, causing damage.
Custody has had to double their resources, with Sergeant Dan Cooper doing overtime for the unlock weekend.
Hang on, man. Smelly shit.
Have a day off. What's your put on your face? So don't talk to me about it now, because you've got your rally solicitor and stuff like that. Not that I don't want to talk to you, but it's unfair if I speak to you about it now.
Police emergency.
Hi, there's a fight breaking out, quite a bad one at the Miller's Arm.
Do you know how many people were there?
Quite a few, I'd say about 20. I just heard a smash glass, there's a lot of screaming.
Got urgent response, we're getting officers on the way now, alright.
Sorry, the emergency.
Yeah.
Do you attend another one at Miller's Arms, please?
On the high street, it's a fight in progress outside the front.
Yes, yes.
Thank you very much.
So we're going to a fight at the Miller's Arms on the high street.
Chloe is on the way to her second job, collecting more suspects for custody.
Where are they?
No, get off!
Don't be silly. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. It's not helping, is it?
Talk quick. Talk.
The van's over here.
Whilst Chloe arrests the woman for assault, a colleague deals with her boyfriend.
Get off him! Shout, get off him!
Right, come out of the way, please. Come out. You're going to get locked up for drunken disorderly in a minute.
Dickhead.
I'm just trying to calm his start just down, mate.
I didn't start kicking off at all.
Somebody got a strap for the car park in Miller. Got a guy restrained in the car park.
We'll see you there, we'll take you to the police station, alright?
I'll tell you to get the pressure off my partner.
As Chloe takes the woman away, her boyfriend is arrested for assault.
Yeah, come and see, I've got anyone.
They're free to head down to Miller's.
I spent half my life in jail, mate. I know how tight the ankles are.
There's this massive stuff kicking off at Miller's, isn't there?
Yes, mate.
Fine,
Miller's is obviously 576.
Yep.
That's the second van just got there.
Yep.
It's all still kicking off. They needed more living restraints. There's 2 more cops there.
Can you bring the van down here?
Yeah. Right. Guys, these cops are so tight, mate.
Yeah, that's just it, thank you.
You're a piece of shit. You know that, then, bastard.
I don't know what you want to call it. It's like anti-lockdown, isn't it? So everything lifts back up again, and some people are calling it Freedom Week. All the nightclubs are back open, so that should be interesting.
Cheers, man. Freedom for everybody else, not for us, is it? We've been locked up in here. Feels worse. We just want to hide away from all the people going nuts.
It's weird working in custody though, isn't it? Like, you get outside, you're like, whoa, fucking hell, it's well hot outside, and you haven't seen daylight all day.
Get home about 6 hours sleep, get up and do it again.
Hello, Lincoln Custody, Chanel speaking.
Hi there, it's Control Room again. I think we're going to be best friends by the end of tonight, I must say. We've got 2 more en route from Miller's Arms on the High Street for ABH. They've been fighting again. I know, you gotta love them. Cheers, bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
The couple arrested for assault arrive at custody in separate vans.
Right, I'm going to search your waistband. Of
course, yeah.
It's a really daunting prospect to come into custody when you've never been in before, so it can probably be a bit overwhelming.
You consumed alcohol tonight.
Here you are. Got some water.
So one club's got 90 people in it. Walkabout's got 105 people in it. There's no numbers for Home, that's the big nightclub. Capacity at Home is 1,200 and they've sold all their tickets.
First weekend out of lockdown, and obviously we've got all these youngsters who are coming into town now, who obviously weren't even 18 when we went into lockdown.
Force Control is already dealing with nearly 500 incidents.
It's the first night out in the clubs, so we'll see how they end their nights. I can see him going backwards in a minute.
2-4 and 3-4. I've got a hotel unit, please, to go to Home. Got a male fighting with door staff. Thank you.
PC Berger is responding to a call about a man assaulting a bouncer at a nightclub.
What's going off, mate?
Told him what to the end of the queue. He's gone to me, he's ripped my jacket, mate. I want you to pay for my jacket. I won't mind, but you have to pay for a load of stuff.
Okay.
So unless he's got 50 quid to pay for it, mate.
Oh, fuck you, man. You're a fucking idiot.
You're checking, so you're not going to pay for your jacket, you're going to
I'm not fucked.
Mate, step back. No, step back. We're dealing with him, right?
I don't understand how it feels, but I get that you need your medication. I'll let him know, okay?
Been arrested before?
Yes.
With 10 cells now full, custody has only 8 remaining.
Down this way, mate.
Well, no, just make sure the missus is alright. So
I believe she is, mate.
You left me, didn't you? So I had the big lad all on my own, so I had to take him down to the floor.
Again. He's injured.
Is he happy now? Oh, mate.
That's what happens when you're leaving.
Well, that's why you went a beeline for the female, though, didn't you?
I had to make sure she was out of the way so to protect Casey.
One floor up, PC Chloe is preparing to head back out in the van.
I'm really sorry. I've given you sympathy. Well, you've still got to buy us a coffee yet.
We're trying to negotiate getting him to pay for the damage to the jacket, otherwise he's going to have to come in.
In the city centre, PC Berger is still dealing with the man suspected of assaulting a bouncer.
What have I done wrong?
What are you doing? You're talking spat at me.
Right, I've done fuck all wrong. I was supposed to be an idiot.
You've just been arrested.
What do you want me to say?
He's got to call for a van.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find one for you somewhere.
I've got a van.
Do you want me to go to Home?
Please, yeah.
No, he's not getting a lift home, he's going to the police station.
Right, but what's he done wrong?
Here we go.
What's he done wrong? What's he done wrong?
I've done fuck all wrong,
Can he speak?
It is picking up. It gets to a certain time, and then everyone goes a bit silly.
Right, just please, away now.
Look, chap, you're not listening, just go away.
It's people not knowing when enough's enough. The devil juice, as I call it, then takes over.
What is the problem? What is he done wrong? Mate, stop pushing me.
Walk away.
Mate, stop pushing me.
What's your ETA to me?
I can't go any quicker than I am.
It's the first weekend after lockdown. In South Park Station, custody is filling up.
Can I get you anything? You're okay. No worries.
1 mile away in Lincoln City Centre, PC Chloe Barnett is racing to take away a suspect before a crowd gets out of control.
He has done it wrong. Look, champion.
What's your ETA to 8?
I can't go any quicker than I am.
So only a couple of minutes, we've got officers deploying for the city centre.
Mate, stop pushing. Go away, or you're going to get locked up as well.
Drunk people everywhere.
He's coming, he's leaving, he's leaving. Mate.
It's just mental, innit?
A man has been arrested for assaulting a bouncer.
Do you want me to go back and get a statement?
Yes, please.
Yeah, just another night in Lincoln.
It's been a little while since I've gone and had a little boogie, but people are obviously wanting to go, aren't they? So, certainly not me though. I'm more of a pub person.
It's only 4 hours into custodian Chanel's shift, and 7 of the 18 cells are already full.
Hello.
Rest on there, look.
Sorry. So, what's your first name?
Huh?
Your name?
I just want to go home.
Yeah, but we need your name first.
Try and sort you going home, but you need to tell them some details first, yeah? So what's your name?
You've had a good night then, yeah?
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
So you're going to be put in a cell, we'll have to babysit and look after you, yeah? And then in the morning when you're sober, we'll deal with you.
With 4 cells out of use and only 7 cells left, Sergeant Steve Parker needs to free up space.
If someone can come and get him, I'll get rid of him. Or we can negotiate meeting him halfway, then I'm happy to release him from custody. He's absolutely hammered, mate. I can't just kick him out.
Yeah, no worries, mate.
Where are we now?
Going police station.
Typical Saturday night, so everything that's coming in at the minute is drink related.
Hello.
Next to be booked in is the man who assaulted a bouncer.
Have you been arrested before?
Never in my life.
How many have you got in?
At the minute we've got 7, but it looks like we're working to get rid of one. They're all just too drunk to be dealt with. It's just a lot of moving parts.
So we've got an urgent.
PC Chloe is heading back out on patrol.
Although we're not ever going to get to this urgent now, before anyone else. From 28 Lima, anyone with vehicles in the van dock for custody, could they move them please? I can't get my van out.
Look how busy it is. That looks packed. Oh my god. Oh, he's gone to sleep.
Joining patrol in the city centre is PC Amy Burnett.
Quite a queue then. I've not seen Lincoln like this before. People queuing for such a long time to get into places. It's a very long queue.
Go ahead. Just been told by a member of the public that someone's been knocked over by a car. Can we get evidence for, please?
An officer's in attendance, required assistance, so we're just on our way to that. New Hotel 32, I've just arrived on scene at this RTC.
Oh, mate, thank you.
Who's the driver? I've got 2 units at the moment.
Just another unit when we can.
A pedestrian has been hit by a car and is unconscious. An ambulance has been called.
Was he walking?
He was crossing
the road.
the red light.
Running over the road. Who has seen what happened?
This guy down.
We need all witnesses to remain here. If we can just identify who they are and get their details, please.
Until Amy knows who's at fault, the driver is detained.
Is he? No. Who's the driver? This is the driver.
You're the driver. Right, do you want to come with me and take a seat? Have you just had a cigarette? I just need to ask you not to have any more for the time being, because we're going to have to do a breath test with you in a minute.
Okay, yeah.
Just come and sit on this wall. Yeah, I think we've got an ambulance on scene. Can I have another unit to the location of this RTC, please?
We'll need the brass box
to breathalyse the driver.
All we've got, it's a head injury, bleeding from head, but ambulance have just arrived on scene.
It's all right, you're doing really well. Really well. Have you guys been with him all night?
Yeah.
Is that his mum?
Yeah. Do you want me to ring her? I been hit in Lincoln by a car. He's okay, he's responding.
How many witnesses have we got?
We've got 3 in the car. What he said he's seen.
Oh, yep, just
That's his mum.
Hello. Hello, my name's PC Burnett and he is all right. He's just been treated by a paramedic, so I haven't been told too much about what's happened. He was unconscious initially when I first got here. They have been able to get some responses from him and he has got a head injury. I appreciate this is really, really hard at the moment because you're not here, but I can just tell you we've got everybody with him at the moment and we're just doing the best we can for him, okay?
Guy in the white shirt's seen it.
What's he said happened?
The guy who'd been hit jogged ahead, he was in drink.
Yeah.
And from what she said, fairly, quite a lot in drink as well. Jogged ahead up to just before those lights, he said.
Yeah.
Gone to jog across,
Yeah.
and he's just seen the car.
How's he ended up here then?
I don't know.
In Lincoln city centre, the clubs are filling up.
CCTV, can you get the cameras on home, please?
Yeah, from CCTV, they're bringing a male out who's attacking door staff, I believe. They're bringing him out.
Yeah, we're waiting for him at the door.
Hello. Police, mate. Police, just stay down a second.
From 3-4, have we got a van down to home? We're just round the corner.
I'm sorry, boss. I'm sorry, boss.
Okay. We're not going to let go either way, okay? Stop tensing up.
8 hours into his shift, PC Berger is called to another nightclub incident.
It's not right. Yep. Right. Let's pop them in the van and find out what's going on. Right, come and have a seat with us, mate. Just come with us a second. Just come with us a second. Stop tensing up. Bend your arm! Bend your arm! Go again.
Yeah, I think we've got about 6-7 cops fighting someone outside a home.
Sorry, chap.
Yeah, they've got him. They've got him in cuffs now. Well.
Come on, in we go. There we go.
I don't think I'm big, mate. I just don't need your help, mate. Just move off, mate. Talking that close. Yeah, listen. Just listen. Don't have a good look.
Can you put loudspeakers on all the CCTV cameras and shout, all of you, just fuck off home?
Do you want a drink, Matt?
Yeah, I'd love one, please, mate. My mug should be in the cupboard. You know the blue one?
Yeah, no worries. Coffee, white 2 bombs.
Thank you, mate.
Oh, hi, mate.
Lincoln custody, Sergeant Parker. Okay, stand by. Cheers, mate. Bye-bye. Right. Got another drink driver coming in as well, separate incident. Every job tonight's drink related, isn't it?
It's the unlock weekend. At South Park Station, Custody Sergeant Steve Parker is 7 hours into a night shift and is running out of cells.
This way.
And another one is about to be filled.
Hello.
I'll take them off now. Listen to my colleague behind the counter, okay?
Have you ever been arrested before?
No.
What's the circumstances, please?
Okay, so approach the side of the vehicle. The male's asleep in the driver's seat.
Was he in the line of traffic then?
Yes, he was.
Have you consumed alcohol today?
Yeah, I've had a bit of drink, you know.
You got any jewellery on you at
Just
all?
fuck off, mate.
Okay, I'm going to need you to take your chain off.
How must awful it be for you?
Can you take your
to
chain
be
off for
overly
me?
nice guy. Is it not awful for you?
No.
It's our job.
That's what the Nazis said.
Okay, are you okay with that, or do you want a hand?
That's what the Nazis said, isn't it?
What I will do is I'll get the paramedics to speak to you because they're obviously best to speak to you about how he's doing.
1 mile away from South Park Station, PC Amy is dealing with a pedestrian who has been hit by a car.
What injuries have we got?
Life-threatening injuries, like head injury.
Head injury, okay. Yep.
Okay, you're going to go to Queen's and Nottingham.
Go to Queen's and Nottingham, all right.
According to witnesses, the victim ran out in front of the car. Officers now need to breathalyse the driver and check CCTV.
Yeah, well, 26. Limit or? I'll be honest with you, sir. It's not too far. 26 is the limit, 35.
Yeah, we've got a critical care team here who've confirmed it is life-threatening injuries with head injuries to our pedestrian. He's going to be travelling up to QMC shortly.
The injured man will be taken 40 miles away to a specialist trauma centre in Nottingham.
The driver has been breathalyzed. He's provided reading of 26.
Oh, okay. Receive. So he has had a drink, but he's under the limit. That's the driver of this vehicle.
With the victim's condition deteriorating, Amy calls his mother.
Hello, Miss PC Burnett again. I'm not sure what my colleagues told you, but they have confirmed that the injury potentially could be life-threatening. So we've got a critical care team here at the moment and they'll have a chat with you now. I'll just pass you over. Tom, can you start taking photographs? So photographs of the scene as one exhibit, photographs of the vehicle as another exhibit. Control William Hotel 32. Have we got anybody that can
collect the parents?
I know, but I don't think I've got anybody.
Yeah, can we get this sorted urgently, please?
Yeah, we'll just look.
If we go to Humberside first.
With officers tied up in the city centre, the control room requests help from another force.
We're hoping you can raise an incident for us, please. We've had a quite serious RTC in our area. Hoping if you're able to get an officer to go out and see them, please. I know it is obviously heavily committed with what tonight is.
Control William Hotel 32.
Go ahead.
The ambulance has left now to take him to QMC.
Yeah, hate nights. It's starting to get busy now because the radio's getting really busy. It's that 4 o'clock hour.
In the force control room, dispatchers monitor CCTV cameras in the city centre.
We're going to start kicking all the nightclubs out now, aren't they?
2 miles away outside a nightclub, 2 officers are detaining a man who's drunk and disorderly.
Was that officer to the engine shed?
Because we've only got 5 cells left, we've got another 2 coming.
Back in custody, the situation in the cells is becoming critical. With space running out, Sergeant Parker follows updates on the police radio.
We've got big disorder outside the engine shed, so there might be a lot more coming in yet. And it's 4:15 in the morning, so it's not stopped us here.
Assistance call at the engine shed.
Engine shed.
Yeah, I think they need help quickly.
Yeah, all 3 mobiles go.
Assistant shout, there's cops under attack on the bridge.
PC Berger is on his way to help the officers. 2 have been assaulted.
There's about 40 kids around them, surrounded.
Yeah, MT, what can you keep happening? It's a crowd of about 40 surrounding 1 or 2 who's got somebody pinned to the floor. Getting a couple of units arriving now.
Back away! Stop backing away! Move away! Come on!
Yeah, Lisa Kirk's been assaulted. Punched the head a number of times.
Go away! Right, what was that for? Go now! Leave the area now!
24 officers are now on scene to disperse the crowd.
You, move back! Move back! Step back! Step back! Move back! I'm telling you, move back now! Go!
Walk away now! Walk away now!
Go! Move now! Go! Move away! Step back! Go on! Move! Move away! Go! Go! Go now or get yourself arrested!
A man who assaulted one of the officers is arrested. At South Park Station, CID is reviewing CCTV footage of the young man hit by a car. PC Amy is still at the scene.
Right, we've got a plan going forward. At the moment, you're going to be under arrest under suspicion of driving whilst on through drink or drugs, okay? And on suspicion of causing a serious injury through dangerous driving, okay? So you do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you're able to rely on in court. All right, so if you pop in with me, we'll go to my van, all right? I'll just take hold of you. Can you make us aware that I've got one coming in for driving whilst unfit and causing serious injury by dangerous driving, please?
With Amy's arrest heading to custody, another cell will be filled.
Just go here and then just stand facing our sergeant.
Have you been arrested before? No.
DP's identified himself as the driver and he's collided with a pedestrian who has since gone to QMC with a serious head injury which is potentially life-threatening.
We're going to pop you in a cell now. You've got a blanket filler. That's where the CCTV camera is at the top so we can see you. Yep. Toilet there if you need it and sink to wash your hands.
With the investigation handed over to another team, it's the end of Amy's shift.
I haven't had anything healthy for my dinner today, so I'll just have a donut. I've only had some peanut butter on toast today, so I'll take anything I can get. I'm still exhausted.
Dead. I think we're about to be involved in another melee.
Oh, and great, more agents coming in. Lima Romeo 9-0, isn't she? 20 and 21 are both committed. Lima Romeo 9-0, isn't she? 25's committed. Come on. It's just rubbish, isn't it? Come on, guys.
Outside, another suspect arrives for custody. The man arrested for assaulting an officer in town.
Can I get circumstances why this gentleman's here, please?
DP was removed from the engine shed. Staff there were concerned about the relationship with DP and his girlfriend, as she appeared distressed. He's refused to listen to officers, so we've made attempts to arrest him for being drunk and disorderly, which has led to a prolonged struggle with the DP. At which point myself and Special Constable Mason were assaulted by many members of the public.
You heard what the officer said, and do you understand the reasons you've been brought here?
I don't really get it, mate.
No.
Okay. It was all 100 miles an hour for me, to be fair, mate.
Okay.
There were so many people about. It all happened in the heat at the moment. I didn't know what was
Okay.
going on.
Officers are just on the side of rail tracks, you're all in order. We still have a group of about 15, 20.
2 miles from the station, the crowd is refusing to leave.
Oh my God! The chap that's just smashed the wingman is off the man.
This is Sarah Ronner. Yeah. The chap that's just smashed the wingman is off the van. He's under arrest for criminal damage. We're self-arresting. Get you on your ass. Up.
I don't really actually know what's happened. Cops have requested assistance. I've turned up. There's 40, 50 people surrounding 2 cops who've got one detained on the floor. I've drawn my baton and started pushing people back.
Yep.
The man who damaged the police van is being taken to custody.
You've been arrested before?
I haven't, no.
Arrest offence?
There's two. He's been arrested for criminal damage and a Section 5 code offence.
Custody is now down to one remaining cell.
I think we're going to be setting the records for me today, so I'm getting close to 15 hours.
I was going to say think of the money, but it's cancelled rest, isn't it? So a little bit of money, isn't it?
Thanks. Cheers.
Same for me, mate. I should have been home now.
See you then. Not this way, you're not.
In the city centre, there's a standoff between police and the remaining crowd.
They've been told to leave, but they're just refusing to.
Off you pop. See you later. No, you're going that way.
Mate, you've been told so many times to go that way. He's on his last one, or he gets locked up.
Boss is going to lock him up now. Right, let's start moving forward. Right, forward!
Hello, Lincoln Custody. Hello. Right, okay, so all I can tell you is he's here safe and well, and that's all I can tell you.
If you look on the incident, he's the one that's called in, he's the one that's making all the disclosures.
It's the first weekend after lockdown, and there is only one cell left in custody. 1 mile away in town, police are dealing with a crowd where 2 officers have been injured. Two men have already been arrested, but a small group is refusing to leave.
Leave the area! Move! If you come in the arch, you can If you come in the arch, you
As a man tries to evade the police, officers release one of the dogs.
Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Get on the fucking ground! Watch him! I'm getting on the ground! I'm on the ground! Oh! He's getting dog off me! He's getting dog off me!
You've had loads of opportunity, mate.
Come on.
This is what happens when you take
What do you mean,
the
why
piss
is
and
your
you
dog
don't
bitten you? Because you came back, you lifted.
Right.
My stomach!
Right.
Oh, the dog's meant to be that aggressive.
Yes, they're dogs.
Yeah, but you see how many times it's bitten.
It's a police dog. It doesn't come up and tickle you and say, would you mind going away, does it?
I didn't say it spoke, did I? Fuck me, you dog bit that fall.
Knackered. He was one of the main problems. I told him repeatedly to go away. He kept coming back, kept goading officers.
So, you've been assaulted.
Yeah.
Both helmets gone.
Yeah.
Both helmets gone. Both been assaulted. 2 police vehicles damaged. Yeah.
With everything under control, officers can return back to South Park Station.
Chloe, keys back. We'll pick up the CCTV element and all that in the morning with CID. Okay.
Right, chap, you're further under arrest on suspicion of violent disorder. Okay. You know, if I custody, please, we're going to be inbound.
Yeah, we'll do.
Custody, that makes us full without arrest.
Just making sure you and everyone on the channel is aware custody is now full.
Yeah, we're aware.
Thank you.
Steve Parker sounds like he's going to kill himself.
That was absolute chaos. That was quite scary, I'll be honest with you, because I've got 2 cops with somebody on the ground there, half pitched up, and we've still got 40, 50 people surrounding us. People have just kept surging forward, and you suddenly realise you're the only cop there stood up with God knows how many people surrounding you. all trying to get towards your colleagues. We've got 2 officers injured and 2 police vehicles damaged.
We said earlier we're doing all right tonight, and then, what was it, 4 o'clock we had 5 cells left and we filled them in half an hour.
With one more suspect on their way in, all the cells are now full.
Do us a favour, mate. Need you to stand out initially so I can get some photographs and I can have a proper assessment of your injuries, but all right.
I got back. My hands hurting me. How much as I love German Shepherds, yeah? Fucking nasty fuckers. I tell you.
They're not pleasant, are they?
My whole body's fucked, mate. I can't see.
That'll wear off. Get a bit of air on your face, all right? And the effects of the parvo will eventually wear off. Trust me, I've been parvoed no end of times.
Steve Parker, go ahead. Yeah, we've got no one we can kick out quickly either, mate. Maximum can't do anything.
For the first time in 2 years, Sergeant Parker is diverting officers away from the station.
Yeah, that's the next stage. The only problem we've got is we've completely run out of officers. There's no one. Lincoln custody's full. Everyone's at jobs on big scene.
Oh, I can see.
Yeah, there we go. Right then.
I can see that, mate.
If you, okie dokie. If you come in, have a seat in there, dude.
The Unlock weekend has seen 1,200 999 calls, 70% related to nightclubs opening.
That's well cool, isn't it?
Come on down.
Okay, here we go.
Have you been arrested before, young man?
This is the first time.
Is it?
And for the first time, I wasn't expecting to get bitten by a dog. My stomach was drooping.
We'll get you to see our doctor, mate, alright. Are you working currently, young man?
Yeah, I am, yeah. I'm meant to be working today, but that's not going to happen, is it?
Honestly, no.
Nah, I'm tired, mate. I just want to go to bed. So much busier than...
Yeah, thought it would be.
Yeah, but that doesn't even paint the picture.
After 11 hours on their busiest night of the year, Sergeant Parker's shift has finally ended.
Right, see you later. See you, mate.
How do you feel, Steve?
Happy now, because busy night, annual leave, and I got some time away with my kids, so... yeah, that's the only reason I'm smiling, otherwise... That was quite a chaotic night.
I think the whole expression of Freedom Day has almost sort of liberated people to the point of going a little bit over the top. Yeah, I'm ready for some time off. After a long Saturday night, I'm just ready for bed. I'm just ready to go home and go to sleep.
Keep your hands up! Make a move! Step forward now!
Next time.
People's lives have been put in risk. Who's responsible for that?
I've been arrested for a bullshit accusation, and because of that, I'm pissed off!
You get a job at the Theatre Royal at Christmas.
And we're back inside the Force next Monday night at 9. Tomorrow night at 9, Jay Blades confirms there's no place like home as he discovers the history on his doorstep where he grew up in London's East End. Next tonight, Barnsley doctors and nurses under pressure with corridors packed on one of their busiest days ever. Casualty, every second counts, in just a moment.
Down here, fella.
I'm pissed off!
This is Lincoln Police Station.
We've got a science teacher picking up and dropping off drugs.
Home to 180 officers.
Right, I'll see you on the battlefield.
Stop fighting!
They look after a city of nearly 200,000 people.
We need backup! Backup!
And it starts behind these station doors.
So he tries to hit her there, so he punches in the back, and then...
From the custody cells...
Come on down.
Listen. Faith, this is going to go one or two. Will.
Looks like he's food himself and is throwing it at the camera.
To the overstretched response officers.
Craig, can I have a van?
I'm afraid at the moment, I'm going to struggle to get anyone else to you.
Right, further arrested for assault, please. Assistant shout there's cops under attack on the bridge.
Go! Move! Now! Go!
From the detectives...
Have so much anger that you could risk killing somebody.
You've been charged with murder now. You'll stay at the police station till tomorrow morning.
To the force control room.
Got to admire his determination, if not his balance.
The police here have less money than any other force in the country.
Right, Simon!
I think we're fairly strapped at the minute. Oh, bloody hell.
This is life inside Lincoln Nick.
Custody is now full.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Please do not come again.
Make a move! Step forward! Hands in the air!
Coming up.
People's lives have been put in risk. Who's responsible for that?
What I've been arrested for? Bullshit accusation, and because of that, I'm pissed off! No, you need help for what? You bastard!
Sorry about him. You all right? He'll go back to sleep in a minute. Don't think he likes me.
It's not a full moon, I don't think.
Oh, apparently it is.
Is it? Apparently. Oh, well, if it's a full moon and it's Friday the 13th, then absolute carnage.
It's Friday night at South Park Station.
Not yet, just about to brief.
On the first floor, Sergeant Nathan Adelsey is leading a start of shift briefing for E Group.
Hello. So, Friday the 13th, that's always good. We're a first hole on it. Burge.
Hello.
If you go on Hotel 14, please, mate.
Yep.
And then we've got Headley. Hello. If you go with Burge on Hotel 14 as well, please. Have a chat with the pubs and stuff, see what's going on. I don't know if it's still tickets or whether it's just turn up on the door and get in.
No, it's just turn up.
Is it? Bodes well then. Awesome, thanks very much.
We'll pop down and get your camera.
PC Simon Berger is crewing with new recruit Beth Headley.
Right then, let's go.
Yes, that's what the callers said. So he's trapped in the car park, seems unhinged, and he's acting like a caged animal.
In the force control room, Maria Hogan is on dispatch.
Police emergency. Hi, Richmond Fire. Can I request your attendance, please, at a building fire?
And what's the reasoning for attendance?
We believe it's deliberate ignition to cause the fire. Yeah, okay. The fire is now extinguished.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Bye.
We close the door, yeah? We go, and no more noise.
Yeah? Okay.
All right? Okay. Thank you. Good night.
PC Berger and trainee officer Headley are finishing a job dealing with a neighbour dispute as the call comes in.
Lima Sierra 4390. Had a fire.
It's believed to be deliberate ignition. It is a residential property.
Roger, I have got a chew here with me. If you've possibly got somebody else who could back up.
Right. Oh, I've got no one free.
Officers are already on the scene. A mother has accused her son of setting fire to her house.
Let's go ahead with the details.
This lady's saying that he's a drug user, but there's no obvious accelerant or cause for the fire.
That's received. He is reported PNC, not currently wanted. Got a warning for self-harm. Last arrest was for fraud.
So if we're arresting for arson, then we'll need to seize his clothing.
Yeah.
We'll need to be swabbing his hands, etc. Okay. So what are we swabbing his hands for?
Petrol, stuff like that.
Any evidence of accelerants?
The fire service are happy that it's a deliberate ignition.
Yep.
They were all at the pub together, 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
The son has left the address.
Yep.
Unaccounted for a little while. There's a cupboard open inside and there appears to be £4,000 missing. He's the only one with access to the property and there's no forced entry. He's the only person who had access to the property other than the IP. He's got a key as well.
Okay.
Who is the offender?
He's just on the other side of here.
Right, let's go and see.
Right.
Hotel 14 is going to go lock someone up for setting the fire. Yeah, copy. Exciting.
The suspect's mum has given a statement, also accusing him of stealing £4,000.
We need to have a chat with you, mate.
The under arrest on suspicion of arson, okay? So you don't have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned something which you later rely in court.
We need to take you to the police station
Okay.
and get it dealt with, all right? Do you want to come and have a seat in our car, buddy? Up in the back. Just here. This one. There we go.
NC from Hotel 14. Just go ahead. We've got one in custody, we're just heading up there now.
Receive, thank you, I'll let them know.
Control, we need dry cell.
Someone ring custody and let them know they've got one coming in, we'll need a dry cell.
Dry cells have no toilets or basins to stop suspects washing away forensic evidence.
Hello.
Hello, you got one coming in and you'll need a dry cell.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Bye-bye.
Oh dear.
Hello? Yeah, I'm really busy. I'm going to get you some water in a minute, all right? Just give us a chance.
On the ground floor of South Park Station, Detention Officer Martin Halford is on a 12-hour night shift.
There you go, here's your water, buddy. Sorry it's took so long, we've just been really, really busy. All right.
Get inside, mate. Deal.
And the circumstances of arrest?
On suspicion of arson, we believe that he was the only person that would be able to get into the property at that time, other than the IP.
Just to clarify, it's a deliberate ignition inside the property.
It was started deliberately?
That's the suspicion.
I'm going to authorise your detention at the police station.
Sarge, have we got any bags down here?
Okay, what we're looking at doing is taking some swabs of your hands, just to see what chemicals are on there.
We'll pop through and we'll get the hand swabs done. Okay, we'll go through here then. Obviously we need to seize the clothing, but that has to be done in special bags. So we have arson bags here. If there's any accelerants on there, they'll then release gases into that bag. Okay, so now we're going to do your left hand first.
Officers searching the scene have confirmed the missing money has not been found, so the suspect can be further arrested.
There we go. Just go out. Want to waste the desk a second there?
Yeah. Based on the fact that there's £4,000 missing from your mum's address, I am further arresting you on suspicion of theft.
How's that anything to do with me? This just gets worse.
I'm also going to see his mobile phone and his. This way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you want a cheer of coffee? No problem, I'll sort it out for you.
The man will be held in custody overnight, and CID will start their investigation in the morning.
There's been a fire in a cupboard under the stairs. Bit coincidental that it happens where his mum's been keeping £4,000. He's been the only person with access to the property, and he hasn't been with mum at the time when it's occurred.
So we've got nothing to say it definitely is him. It's just hopefully not Mum.
We went for COVID jabs and it was pretty much summer. 25 degrees, which is like jacket, vest, stabby, top, thermal, thermal, thermal.
In the city centre, it's nearing kicking out time.
A lot of boisterous people around tonight.
PC Chris Fletcher and PC Jack Ellerton are on a night shift patrol.
Hey?
Knife?
Where?
He have the knife.
Which knife? I think we need a taser unit, please.
Got a operation steering big call, remember the knife.
Yeah, received.
Keep your hands out your pockets. Hands out your pockets. Step forward. Step forward! Step forward.
Keep your hands out! Make a move! Step forward now! Step forward now!
Hands in the air. Hands in the air.
On your knees!
On your knees. On your knees.
2-4 Liam, man.
Go ahead.
Not taser, but you want some more backup?
Thank you, 2-4. I'll pop you on as well.
What's he got?
Toss for his left pocket. Cuffs on. Stay there. Just stay there. Where is it? You've got nothing on you. Stay there a second.
That's fine, well, I need to make sure, because we've received some information, all right?
I know, I did it because I knew what you were going to do, even though I was fucking innocent, I know.
Right, why have you done that though, dude?
No, because they come to me, he's trying to fucking fight me.
2-2 nights.
Go ahead.
Yeah, he's in cuffs. He's stating that he's said to people he's got a knife because he knows of the reaction he was going to get. I think there's other issues here.
Yeah, understood, thank you.
I will fucking destroy you!
Okay.
That's it.
Chill out, fella.
Yeah.
Just keep his head down,
mate. On his legs, he's trying to smash his head.
Oh, you Polish fucking scum!
Right. Stop it now.
Mate, you have you!
Mate, you're under arrest for Section 5 public order. And see, this lad's coming in Section 5.
Yeah, Roger.
No knife has been found on the man.
Right, just let him walk, let him walk.
I'll make sure to we're getting off the Corporation Street now.
Yes, thanks, mate. He's in the van now.
Or received.
We'll make a move, we'll meet him down at custody.
On the ground floor of the station, the cells are filling up.
Do you want to have a conversation with your wife?
Why don't you speak to her?
Yeah, it's your wife.
You know how wives are.
Exactly, so here we go, mate. It's all yours. We've all been there.
Come on in.
I'm not guilty of that shit.
The man accused of shouting racial abuse is brought into custody.
My mental health, what my mind's thinking right now. I want a punishment. I want every punishment. It was a stupid allegation. I'm not guilty, man.
I need to speak to the officer and I need him to tell me why you're here in front of you.
I'm not fucking guilty.
What's the grounds?
Police have been made aware that DP had a knife.
Fuck it, mate. You're bullshit. That's
And during his detention has shouted, "Fuck off all you Polish," for
he was
numerous
Polish
members of
and she was
public.
Polish. Alright? Been arrested for a bullshit accusation, and because of that, I'm pissed off! Do you understand?
We get him down to his cell, please.
Certainly can.
Give me a code. Right, it's going to be a strip search. Just with what you said, I want to make sure you've got nothing on you that's going to cause you any harm. I'm going to remove all your clothing.
We clear? Clear!
Will be a bit hard, mate.
Do you play Killer Snap? No. I love playing Snap with people who don't know me. Because you know people have got like this, they go over and they go Snap. And I don't, because I like, Snap! You don't bring your hand up to get the cards.
Oh, who brought these cops in?
The
bread cakes, Ravi, not cobs.
They're cobs.
We're cultured in here.
Can't solve crime on an empty stomach.
On the second floor of the station is CID.
Yeah, fire investigator stated that it was deliberate ignition and that it had started in airing cupboard. The only person having access was her son.
DC's Andy Bates and Ravi Gurwal are investigating last night's suspected arson, in which a man is accused by his mother of setting fire to her house and stealing £4,000.
As he set fire to it to try and disguise the fact that he took it, but then he's not got the cash on him, so if he has took it, where is it now?
Where does he trust leaving it?
Is it in his car, which we've not located?
I don't see what the evidence is at the moment.
At the moment, there isn't anything.
I don't believe she's £4,000 in here.
No.
I just don't believe it. Because that's where I keep my money.
Just saying he's nicked from her before, so that's why she keeps it in there.
Nah, it's not sitting right. Go and visit that woman. Find out where she is and go and see her.
Who's driving?
Either me. Well, let's go up to the scene, knock on some doors, then we'll get a feel for it. Lovely stuff.
Next year, please.
My ex-partner was put in front of the magistrates this week for harassment and stalking. I've just received a letter this morning, which I believe has come from her. I don't know whether it's been posted before or since she was arrested.
Have you ever sent letters before?
Yes, there was a letter previously.
I'm assuming that she's been told not to make any contact with you whatsoever.
Yeah.
I'll put it as a priority response.
Yeah, Roger. Front door is locked and secure.
Are you happy with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
PC Simon Berger is on another job, responding to a report of a suspected burglary as the call comes in. He's dispatched to speak to the caller about his ex-partner.
I know that she's been arrested several times for harassment, and quite clearly, she's not getting the message. Marvellous. Are we all right to go and have a chat somewhere?
Yeah, come on in.
Marvellous, thank you. So, just talk me through this job.
Right,
Yeah.
got a letter
Mhm.
which is very similar to a letter I received previously while she was being investigated. I'll put the letter if you want to see it.
Yeah, if you could, what's that supposed to mean? And has she mentioned that before in
previous messages that she's sent, she's mentioned it.
I take it not many people know about it?
No.
Right. I'm going to try and get her lifted now.
Yeah, well, she's called me and I've agreed.
Yeah, I'll try and get her in tonight.
I'll
We'll
give
go
you
to bed and just let you know one way or another.
All right.
Okay, cheers.
What's the time gap between him leaving the pub to them arriving back?
She said he left between 9 and 9:30.
On the other side of the city, detectives are heading to the scene of the suspected arson.
So we've got an hour and a half unaccounted for.
At the moment, there's not masses of evidence against him, and sort of a lot of it is circumstantial.
Last night, the mother and son went to a pub. He left early, and she claims he went home and started the fire.
So you guys have been away?
You say my mum's on a Friday night.
Right.
Detective Andy Bates is conducting house-to-house inquiries.
So nobody were in last night or anything? Nobody would have seen or heard anything?
No, really sorry, no.
No, that's fine.
But the suspect's mother is not at the scene.
Did Mark give you any handover about anyone who's been spoken to or anything? Anyone's come out? Or...
He said she's been back, but other than coming back to try and get a cat out, I've heard nothing about any things going on.
So do you know where she is now?
Out with her daughter, I believe.
Can I run something by you, mate?
Yeah, go ahead.
So we're just at the scene pres at the moment for the arson. It sounds like the occupant has been allowed to go around the back of the property without an officer. During this whole night, anyone could have potentially just gone in and out.
Hi,
Hello. I'm here about the incident that happened yesterday next door.
Yes.
Just wanted to see if you saw or heard anything.
I called the fire.
Is yourself, is it?
That's right.
Brilliant, okay.
Do you want to come in?
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
I understand that you called us, but I don't know what you've seen.
Right, so we went in the backyard and I could see smoke coming out of the window.
And who did you see?
The next door neighbour and son's girlfriend.
What did they do when they came round?
She's got a little bit upset. It struck me at the time as odd. She said, "Oh, the door's open. I need to get in there."
Okay.
And I thought, you know, why would you want to go into the house when clearly there's a fire in there?
And that front and back door of theirs, if you opens and closes, can you hear it opening and closing?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, it starts the dog off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So from smelling that smoke onwards, did you hear either of those doors open or close?
No, no.
What was their relationship like?
She sometimes puts him in the corner. She thinks things are going on that aren't happening.
That sounds like paranoia.
This is the way that she's described it herself.
Okay. What I'll do is I'll go and speak to my colleague outside. Is that okay?
All right, no problem.
Brilliant. Thank you for your time. Just spoken to caller.
Yeah.
He's not heard that front door or back door open or close.
Right.
Seen the smoke coming out, and then fire brigade get called. They arrive 5 minutes later. At the moment, the statement points away from him.
Yeah.
Is it the case that he wasn't here? Is it the case that he was here? He's potentially hidden that money and now walking back after hiding that money.
We'll get in touch with complainant. Give her a ring, find out where she is. Hiya, my name's Andy Bates. I'm a detective calling from Lincoln CID. If you could give me a ring, please, when you get this message.
Forensic officers and fire investigators arrive at the scene.
She's basically bed linen and sheets and towels, and there was some cash, but nowhere near the amount that was intimated.
How much are we talking?
200 quid.
Right, okay.
She's saying 4 grand has gone. So why leave that?
It's got to be an ignition source, so there's got to be something that's going to start it. We'll have a quick look around inside.
This is the area covered,
Yeah.
as you can see, and he confirmed before he touched anything else, he said it was definitively open.
It was open?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can see most of the fire damage at the back.
From what we're seeing, it looks like it's something down here. So is this the money we found?
Yes, that cash there was loose, and also some cash in some envelopes, but nowhere near full.
The hope was that we might have found the money amongst the debris. But if not, the only alternatives are either that it's been stolen or it wasn't there in the first place. None the wiser, unfortunately. It'd be nice to find the car, and it'll be interesting to see what he says in interview. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.
DC Bates has just received a call from the suspect's mother.
She basically just confirmed some movements, the reasons why the suspect left the pub, where his vehicle was initially, and the reasons that they didn't stay at the pub. He never returned from going to get some ID, so they've gone looking for him. His car's not been there where it was originally, so that's when they've started walking home and bumped into the neighbour who said, "We phoned 999 because your smoke alarm's going off." And they've come back just as the fire brigade have arrived.
So you know when I got assaulted last week?
Yes.
I ended up, like, doing my finger. Then the dog bit it the other day as well.
Oh, marvellous.
So now it's a right old mess, yeah.
PC Simon Berger and Special Sergeant Kevin Taylor are going to arrest a woman suspected of sending a poisoned pen letter to her ex-boyfriend.
This girl's been convicted of stalking her ex-partner.
Right.
She's got bail conditions not to contact him. And then yesterday, he's received a letter referencing things that only she'd know about.
Echo Victor 41NC. Are you guys committed, or can you go back up another unit?
In the force control room, Lorna Hartley is dealing with urgent calls on dispatch.
Yeah, that's all received. Yeah, go ahead.
Can you show myself to X-ray 09, still on the scene for arrest?
Received.
So you're going to have to come with us, I'm afraid. That's fine, but we're still... It's not optional, I'm afraid. Right. The allegation is that you've breached your bail by allegedly sending a letter. So in relation to that, I'm arresting you for breaching your bail. You don't have to say anything but may harm your defence. You do not mention when questioned, some of which rely on in court. Anything you do say, maybe giving evidence, OK? OK, we need to take you there.
How many do you need?
Control, what's the location of the last unit? I'll make my way over.
Come on.
I need a unit with a van, please.
Yeah, we'll go pick him up.
Thank you.
Sergeant Dan Cooper is providing backup.
They've gone to arrest somebody, I'm not sure who or why, but they're being a bit aggressive, so they want the room to go and help them out.
Calm down.
2-3 Lima, I'm not far, I'll make my way there as well.
I'm having my
What you're saying about being embarrassed, OK?
I'm having
This is a result
my
of your
cigarette.
behaviour.
Go on then, stub that out, let's get you gone. Mind your head.
Thank you.
Hello, you've got one coming in.
Ah, lovely. Bye.
All right, thanks, bye-bye.
Looking at Nee, she's got a job where she's reported that she's had multiple transactions taken out of her account and believes that it was done by her son.
On the second floor of the station, CID is running checks on the mother who accused her son of arson and stealing £4,000.
Officers have investigated it and the crime has actually been cancelled. The bank card has not been stolen and she still has it in her possession.
They have found a separate incident where she falsely accused her son of stealing money and reported him to the police.
Could this be an insurance job? Would they pay insurance if you kept your £4,000 cash in the earring cupboard?
Yeah, as long as you've insured that value. Yeah. And also the potential possibility of the paranoia or the malicious report. It bears some weight to her reliability as a witness.
There's something not right about it all.
Are you all having coffee? Only a quick one, mate, yeah.
What?
Hey?
Were you having brewski?
I know my accent's bad, mate, but come on. Whoa.
Right, pack that in.
Come on, matey.
Mind your head.
You can't just bring me to court because
Well,
I haven't fucking had my...
Okay.
I'll step in here.
This way.
In custody, a woman accused of sending a poisoned pen letter to her ex-boyfriend is being booked in by PC Berger.
Hello. Okay, I'm just going to speak to the officer just to find out why you're here, okay?
She's been given bail conditions with conditions not to contact. The allegation is that he's received a letter containing content which she's one of the only few people to know about.
I haven't done it. I didn't.
Right, just give me a second, all right? Okay.
I haven't done the
Okay.
letters.
Now just calm down for me, all right?
No, it's not me. It wasn't me.
You are going to be placed in a cell.
Right. Can you just grab her head, please?
Get her back.
Can you just grab her head?
Please, get off me.
She's going to be going to B4.
She needs a safety suit. Get your gloves on, please.
Right, listen, we're going to take you to cell, but last time you were here, you placed clothing round your neck. I will walk! I will walk! Then!
Stop then!
Get off me and I will walk!
I'm not going to take my hands off you.
Get him to stop grabbing me like that and I will walk!
Okay, step back for a second. You're given one chance, okay? Come on then.
I want my solicitor now.
Which
Now.
one? B6.
My solicitor.
Watch. Okay. Where's the suicide suit? Tim?
Fucking bullshit, I haven't got a fucking computer. We'll be surprised if it was in.
We'll pop down a bit.
Oddly, She said about I haven't even got a computer. I didn't make any mention of the fact that the letter had been typed.
Oh, you definitely put a statement in with that, haven't you?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Always a pleasure.
Always bringing quality customers.
Please do not come again.
Oh, how rude.
Amy brought some cakes in. I asked her if it was a cake fan and she said, sort of no, but yeah. Fair play to her. You've never had to bring cakes in, have you?
Oh, yeah.
If you bring them in and you haven't done anything wrong, then people start asking you what you've done.
So this is the suspect for the arson's mobile phone.
On the second floor of the station, Detective Sergeant George Wynne is investigating the man accused of setting fire to his mother's house.
From My Beautiful Girl. I don't know if that's his missus. She's rung him at 21:55. That must have been when they were leaving the pub. It looks like she's sending him loads of messages, want to know where he is. I can't believe you're getting the blame. You would never do this. 23:42, trying to ring you. Yeah, it's her again saying, get back to your mum's now, and then just answer your fucking phone. So it doesn't look like she's actually got a clue that he was up to anything. It would appear that he's encouraging his mum to go out with him to the pub and his missus for a drink, but then he's gone to order food and said that the barman won't serve him because they want ID, so then says he's going back to his car to get the ID, but never comes back. They then get bored waiting for him, so then go back to the house, find that the house is on fire, the cupboard door's open, and the cash is missing. So what we think he's done then is he's then taken the money and put it in his car. If we don't find the cash, it might be really difficult to prove that it was actually him.
I put a couple in. I went for the dogs, which I didn't get. I went for the spotter, which I came third, and hit the top two. And I got feedback on my applications for that. So everything that they've said, I put into this one.
On the second floor of the station, PC Mark Solder is doing mid-shift paperwork.
Police emergency.
I need the police at my house. I've reported this guy numerous times at my house again. I made a statement last time.
What's he trying to do? What's he trying to do?
Burn my house down.
A call comes in about a man threatening a woman.
Lima Romeo 26 Lima, Nancy.
She's in there ahead.
We've got a job.
He's there now and he's causing issues for us. Apparently he's making threats to burn the house down a bit.
Yeah, we see.
Oh, bless him. He's never going to get his dinner. We only have those three for the whole of Lincoln at the minute, and they've been to 3 jobs in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, he was there with us. Yeah, this is his van. He told me to come to my dad, to come to his house.
Right.
He lives there. He's
Okay.
Mrs. Little Grass, man. Nick me.
Well, yeah, that's plan B. But someone's called to say that you're here again shouting and swearing.
Oh, mate, I've
But that's twice now.
But I'm not.
Well, you are. But you have since I've got here, mate. You've been shouting.
Oh, I'm not going to lie to you, officer. Look at me. I've got a bit of weed on me, but I don't know how much.
Okay, where is that?
Probably, I don't know, officer. In one of my pockets, probably a 10-bit. What are you doing? Why are you going in my waist for, you weirdo?
Because you've got 2
I
joggers
said in my
on.
pockets, you fucking idiot.
Right, which pocket?
It should be. If
This
that,
one?
I probably have smoked it.
Okay.
I'm only saying to you, look,
All right.
I'm
Well, we
causing
appreciate
a
your honesty,
problem,
don't we?
mate.
Let's get in the car. Do you...
They're nicking me for nothing, you little div.
Come on, mate. What's your head?
Oi! No!
Come on, sit
You
down,
haven't
mate.
rung me because they put the
He's
phone
gonna
down.
Come on, sit down.
No!
What's your leg?
What have you bought us?
He's been rolling around on the floor in there and he's suddenly just gone still. Yeah, he's on his way back out.
Downstairs in custody, the suspect is left in the holding cell, while PC Andy Smith books him in.
authorised detention so it can be charged and expect okay. It's not very good play acting that at all. Oh, we're going to have to cut your trousers off. They look like quite a nice pair of tracky bums then. But...
Let me grab that one and we'll just drag it. Me and Jack will drag. Go on.
Somebody get your shoulders back so you don't go with you. Oh, he's back with us again. Back in the wound.
Listen, I swallowed it. On my kids' life, I swallowed it. On my kids' life, I swallowed it. Oh, listen, I don't take smoke. Listen, I don't take smoke. I'm trying to help you. Listen, officer, I don't take smoke. I swallowed it. I did because I was shocked. And I wasn't scared, but I thought.
You should get a job at the Theatre Royal at Christmas. Just keep an eye if anything else changes, let me know.
Starts doing a worm or something.
He's walked in from the car into custody. As long as now he knows he's going to spend the night in a cell, he's acting up.
My name's Andy, detective. What's going to be interviewing you now?
Oh, yeah.
How are you doing? You alright? So we'll take you through and then we'll get cracking.
Along the corridor, detectives are about to interview their arson suspect.
We'll start the interview then. This interview has been audio recorded and may be used as evidence if his case is brought to trial. I'd like you to tell me what you know about the offences for which you've been arrested.
I've got a prepared statement to read out. I totally deny committing any offence. I've not set no fire to Mum's airing cupboard. I've not stolen no money. I didn't even know about any money in Mum's airing cupboard. After leaving the pub to look for my ID, I did not go to my mum's address before receiving the call to say the house was on fire. I decided to go and purchase some weed, and before I could purchase any, I received a call saying my mum's house was on fire. I walked to my mum's address, and we were standing outside for ages before I was arrested. I love my mum, and I'd never want to hurt her.
We need a little bit more information from you.
There's a buffet in that room. Inside that buffet, there is a key. Unlocks that airing cupboard. Do you know about that key? The fire started in that airing cupboard. People's lives have been put in risk. Who's responsible for that?
Did you set that fire thinking people would think the money burned in the fire? Your car. Officers have spent a considerable amount of time looking for your car and they can't find it. Where's it parked? Why do you want to answer no comment to that question? Is it because there's money in there?
I don't have any further questions for you, and neither does Andy. Do you have anything else that you want to say before I start this interview? Okay, we'll end the interview there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. He's fucking lying, isn't he?
In custody, detention officers are dealing with the man brought in for drunk and disorderly, whose behaviour has become increasingly erratic.
Get my doctor here!
If you look at the way he's pretended to fall down there, his head doesn't hit the ground hard. He goes down gently onto the bed, then his head gently goes onto the floor. I'm satisfied that he's feigning that.
With all this medical stuff that he's portraying here, the healthcare professional's already up dealing with other people, so he's dragging it out for himself, really.
Down the corridor,
Sorry, did you want us to stay down there?
No, we can pop you... oh, yes.
detectives have just interviewed the man accused of starting a fire in his mum's home and taking her money. He's refusing to tell them where his car is.
I know I laboured the point a little bit in there about the car. That's something we could do with finding.
Well, I can tell you where it is.
Can you?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, go for it.
It's off.
Thank you for that. All right, I'll go and sit you back down, mate. All right.
So he described it as this horseshoe. So the way we're going up now, it goes back down and there's another road that runs parallel over there. Particularly it's a big one, isn't it? It's this one. Yep, that's it. You wouldn't have found
Disco.
that. Sneaky place to hide it, isn't it? Good job. Okay. Here's the ID.
What's not in the car?
That's not in the car. There's several SIM cards in here. Numerous lighters in here as well.
It'd be nice to find £4,000. Obviously, it's not the sort of thing you normally keep in your car. The problem is, people get really inventive when they're hiding stuff.
We've done the boot, we've done the interior, nothing found yet. We're going to do the bonnet, but also the house he's parked it outside of has cameras. Whether they work or not, I don't know, but it's worth having a look. Unfortunately, they've not found anything, but we've still got more to do.
He looks to have calmed down on the camera. He looks to have got on his bed and settled down, so...
Back at the station, detention officers are still monitoring the volatile suspect.
We'll see. Just stop that beeping at him and hopefully he'll go to sleep. Can see his breathing and he seems calm, so I won't disturb him. He's probably worn himself out from his antics, so...
He's on his bed now.
Yeah, so...
Good.
Yeah.
So what's the plan now then? Unless there's anything else you think we can do tonight?
I mean, we're against his clock as well, realistically, now.
Yeah, we've only got literally
3.5 hours.
3.5 hours.
The man accused of arson has been in custody for nearly 24 hours. Police need to charge or release him.
I don't think there's anything else, realistically, what we're going to gain.
I reckon we're going to have to bail him. Right, so I'm going to book off then. And I'll see you in the morning.
Yay! Do it all over again.
Come on, matey, come on.
You feel okay to be released, mate? Nothing, no worries? Anything I can answer before you go?
Don't think so.
How long have you been in? 22 hours.
Long time.
Yeah, I can imagine, especially with your own thought, just in the cell with your own thoughts. Right, so the inspector's authorised you being released on bail.
Well, it is frustrating. We had some inquiries to do while he was in custody.
Okay, open.
There is a picture that we need to identify. There is more to it, and hopefully those further inquiries will help us get there.
Right, you are released, so you're free to go.
We're looking at information that can lead us towards him or away from him. We have to look for both.
Next time.
If he doesn't calm down, he'll end up getting locked up for drunk disorderly.
Stop fighting! Can you be quiet? Be quiet!
Catch all that new next Monday at 9. It was a tragic crime that shocked and appalled the nation. We look back on the Philpott fire 10 years on, brand new tomorrow at 10. And tonight, every second counts to save a tiny baby in Barnsley A&E. We're on the front line in Casualty next.